Hello, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Litter Media Live Special Edition. Today brought to you by Hometown Motors Incorporated. Today we're visited by representatives of the Ross County Veterans Service Office. We'll introduce those folks to you here in just a moment. We'll be talking about a number of things, including the Honor Guard and the need for new members. Again, our program today brought to you by Hometown Motors Incorporated. Back with them right after this.
Now that's one fast mower.
Take command of your lawn with Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower.
Welcome back to our Litter Media Live Special Edition. Today, representatives of the Ross County Veterans Service Council, left to right, of course, we have Bob Leach, retired Lieutenant Colonel of the United States Army. We also have John Pulver and Doreen Schoaf. And Doreen, you were in the Navy, right?
Yes, sir, I was.
I salute you. We had to keep the Army and Navy separated here by John. We didn't want a big fight breaking out. But, Bob, one of the things we wanted to have you folks in today was to talk about the Honor Guard, which oftentimes is seen at military funerals.
Well, Mike, thank you for having us here today. So the Ross County Veterans Honor Guard conducts 75 to 100 funerals for our veterans each year, and those are almost entirely in the borders of Ross County. Every now and then we will go out of the county to help another organization out. What we provide at a veteran's funeral is a eulogy of the veteran's service, and then we put the marker, the flag holder, by where the headstone will be. After that, we fire a rifle salute and then play taps with the bugle, and then finally fold and present the United States flag to the veteran's family. One of the things we can do is any combination of that. Sometimes a family, for whatever reason, doesn't want the rifles fired, or they're doing the service inside a church where it would not work to fire the rifles inside the church, and so they'll ask to delete certain parts of that. But we can do any combination of the things I mentioned. And that's a perfect opportunity to talk about the things that the Veterans Service Office can help with any veteran who passes away and some of those things. So, John, I'd like you to explain, first of all, what assistance might be available if there's a veteran who passes away and the family might not have the means to do a proper burial.
Yes, sir. The Ross County Veterans Office is available to assist any local resident of Ross County veteran and their loved ones in the case of a veteran's death and in the need of assistance. So we have a variety of things that we can help with. We have burial spots available at no charge in our soldiers section, which is in Grandview. We have burial spots available in Greenlawn in the Soldier Square. And we have the new columbariums, which are receptacles for cremains. Mm-hmm. So in all these cases, we can provide a very respectable burial for our veterans at little to no cost. There is no cost for interment in our columbariums or internment in our sections. In lieu of the headstones, we actually have the black granite etched on the columbariums, which takes the place of the headstone for each individual niche. We have an indigent burial program also where we can assist directly by paying the funeral home up to $1,000 in the case of indigency, where the family either does not have the means or the means would put them in a spot that would make it very, very difficult for them. And in cases like that, we will try to reach out and get as much assistance as we can.
Do most funeral home directors know this and bring this up, Bob, or is this something that they should reach out to you to begin with?
First of all, our funeral homes in the Ross County area, and we can start with Howler's, Ware's, Fawcett, Oliver, Glass Putnam, the Ebright Funeral Home, the Hill Funeral Home in Kingston. They all know all of these and are constantly contacting us, and so they do a super job with that. And additionally, if somebody would like to have a upright marker instead of the plaque, That's still possible,
That is still possible.
although not in the sections that John was just talking about. So, John, I'll let you talk about how somebody could get a marker like that if they wanted a headstone.
A government marker is available free of charge to any honorably discharged veteran who completed his tour of duty. And there is the charge of having that stone set in an individual cemetery or an individual lot other than ours, the ones that we maintain, is the cost of the families. But the marker there is no fee for. There are several that can be picked from. We have the applications available at our office. They're also available online at va.gov. And there's several. There's even a niche, bronze niche that you can get to place on an existing stone. Say if there's a family stone and they just want to acknowledge the service by placing the small niche. They can be used as a footstone too.
Yeah, Mike, this would be a good opportunity. We have some family members that over the years, the flag holder and flag is missing from Grandpa's grave and they want to replace it. Again, that would be John. I'd let you explain how somebody can do that.
Yes, we keep those in stock at our office. We're at 475 Western Avenue in the Old Hearts Building. We're Suite C. And we do have those. If you have a broken one, I would ask if possible if you want to bring that broken one in to us so that it can be properly recycled and not end up damaging a mower somewhere or something like that. But yeah, we will do our best to replace it.
Okay.
Now's the time that we'd like to talk about our need for new members, if we can get into that.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so Mike, we need new members on the Ross County Veterans Honor Guard. Many times we're doing the rifle salute with 3 riflemen, and people who have seen military funerals know that the preferred number is 7. But because of our low membership right now, we are somewhat low on that and would like to have more members for that reason. So I'd like to talk about if one of our listeners would like to become a part of the Ross County Veterans Honor Guard. We would have the idea that if they could participate in 3 funerals per month, so there's not a requirement they be at every funeral. And then also, as you can see with Doreen and I, both men and women are welcome on the Honor Guard. There's no haircut requirements. There's no height, weight requirement. The only thing, somebody should be able to probably stand for about 20 minutes, but if that's an issue, we can even work with that and allow a person to be seated until it's time to fire the weapons and things like that. There's not a requirement that they be affiliated with a certain veterans organization, although we can often make that happen. Family members and not just veterans. One of our most rewarding times on the Honor Guard, for a short time, we had Gavin Colburn's mother, who Gavin had been killed in action in Iraq. And as a tribute to her son, she became part of the Honor Guard for a while. So many family members would like to become a member of the Honor Guard as a tribute to the special veteran that was in their life.
Age limit, Mr. Leach?
Go ahead.
Is there an age limit?
Oh, the only age limit we would say is over 18. So it is adult. That's a liability requirement since we're firing weapons.
21,
Although if we get somebody that's under that age, they wouldn't be on the rifle line, but there are other things in a veteran's funeral that they could be a part of. Doreen, I'd like you to talk about the uniform and what a person would get if they become a member of the Honor Guard. You've got most of it on right now.
You would get 2 shirts, 2 pairs of trousers. You get the ribbon. You get a name tag. You get the belt. You have to buy your own shoes, but we will reimburse you for those. That's about it, Bob.
Okay, thank you. And one of the things, the day of a funeral, we provide a meal to all of the members of the Veterans Honor Guard that are there. Now, sometimes we have people that are so busy, they say, I want to meet you at the cemetery. I will participate as a member of the Honor Guard. I'll be in the uniform that you provided, but I don't have time to come back for lunch. I've got to get back to work or whatever. And we would even offered proposals before where if a person never eats the meal with the Honor Guard afterwards, after every 3 funerals they've done, we'll make a donation to the charity of their choice because obviously there's some savings that are occurred if somebody's not eating the meal that's provided to them. And a member of the Honor Guard will get credited for volunteer hours at the VA if that is an important thing to them. And there are some other incentives for what they do. I want to just say right now, one of the most important things to me is the pride in what we're doing. You heard John mention indigent burials. I take great pride in the fact that we conduct exactly the same funeral for a veteran who has no family there when he's interred or inert. Jonna has accepted the flag before as a member of the Veteran Service Office, and that's where I explained to the members of the Honor Guard that is our brother or sister, and we have become the family in a case like that. So we do the same funeral for somebody in that situation that we'll do for somebody that may have hundreds of people there. We were the backup at the Joseph Hoffman funeral after he had been identified and brought home, the Pearl Harbor casualty, and the Veterans Honor Guard was right there in case the Navy needed assistance. And essentially the same funeral that he got, we will provide to any veteran of the United States military. So that pride is something that really is an important benefit to being in the Honor Guard.
What distinguishes when the military, like they did for Hoffman, the Navy sent a color guard? What's the difference?
It's a very good question. So first of all, if any soldier or sailor or Marine passes away on active duty, the active military immediately steps in to do things in that case. But any veteran who passes away, and the funeral homes know this, the various branches will send a detail that is 3 people normally, sometimes just 2. They will fold the flag. They would play the taps on the bugle by special request. If there's no request like that, the Veterans Honor Guard does all of the things that are necessary. But sometimes we do have 2 people from the Marines or 3 people from the Air Force that come and assist in those.
You also have a very busy Memorial Day.
Yes, we do. So,
Talk about that.
I'll let our commander, Doreen, kind of go through the schedule of what we're going to do on Memorial Day.
Yes, we do have a busy day on Memorial Day. We're going to start our tributes at Grandview at 9 a.m. We're moving to St. Margaret's at 9:30. Green Lawn Soldiers Circle at 10. Green Lawn Soldiers Square at 10:15. Floral Hills at 10:45. Hallsville at 11:30. And finally Roland at 12:15. So that's a busy morning for us.
Yeah.
Some of those are just the rifle salute and playing the taps. Some of them have speakers and programs that are going to be conducted. And as it gets closer, information will be out as to what happens in those cases. And so if somebody has been listening and watching and is interested in joining the Honor Guard, I believe it's been scrolling that the number that they can call, or they can stop by the Veterans of Foreign Wars. It's across from Sack and Save on East Main Street, 115 East Main Street. And as soon as we get information that somebody's interested in joining, we will take it from there and welcome them with open arms and get them fully integrated into our Honor Guard.
Very good. And, of course, we've been talking mostly about the Honor Guard and the benefits that come to the military families as well as the person that's being interred. But there's so many other things that you folks do for surviving military and their family, as you and I were just chatting before we went on the air. Just quickly, Bob, what jurisdiction do you have? Sometimes people get confused with what you guys do and what the VA does. Talk about that.
All right. So first of all, the Veterans Administration facility is mostly focused on health care for our veterans. I'm talking about the one that's located here, the Veterans Administration Medical Center. Then our local Veterans Service Office is more in tune to the helping family members and veterans too, of course, but apply for the benefits that they are entitled to based on their service or the service of their loved one, the veteran who might have passed away. And then, of course, in town, you have all of our various service clubs that are patriotic, community service-minded organizations, and that would be the Veterans of Foreign Wars, the 2 American Legion posts, and AMVETS have the club facilities, and then there are a number of other organizations, smaller, the Vietnam Veterans of America, the Disabled American Veterans, and organizations like that that are in place to give veterans a forum where they can get together with other veterans and enjoy the camaraderie. And, of course, those organizations do a number of service projects in the local area, including the Wreaths Across America that's sponsored by the Daughters of American Revolution that puts wreaths on all of the veterans' graves in the military sections and many other veterans' graves in the county as well.
Been to a number of military funerals over the years. Very moving experience, and we certainly appreciate what you folks do to bring honor to those men and women who have served our country. And we appreciate all of you, and as well as what they did for us.
We owe them that opportunity to give them that dignified, respectable burial that they deserve, that they earned.
Again, our Litter Media Live special edition today has featured Bob Leach, Jonna Pulver, and also Doreen Schoaf of the Ross County Veterans Service Office. Our interview has been brought to you by Hometown Motors Incorporated. I'm Mike Smith.